How's everybody doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Rick's Cafe Live, Week 3. Can you believe it? Here we are. I know, I'm going a little crazy. I know you are too, so let's have some fun. Thank you so much. Yes, that was Crossroads, the title track from my new CD called Crossroads. And that was co-written by my dear friend Philippe Sace, who, of course, was playing the beautiful acoustic piano on that and doing a lot of production. So, you know, we have a really great show for you tonight. I'm so thrilled that we have this guy on the show. I'm talking about our special guest, and he's coming to us all the way from Connecticut. He just released his brand new CD about 5 weeks ago, and it's a beautiful CD. We've been listening to it around the house a lot, haven't we, Emma? We love it. It's called Echoes of the Heart. And, he just is such an incredibly talented young man. He plays the keyboards, the saxophone. He plays the guitar. He sings. He plays the drums. He plays the bass. So please put your hands together all across the country for the one and only Vincent Ingala.
Woo! All right, everybody at home, come on, put your hands together. Help me out. Let's get this party started. From my new CD, Echoes of the Heart, here's Baby Baby. Woo! Here's a special song now from my new CD. Closes out the album. This is called Sunset on Marco. Features Steve Oliver on guitar. And Rick, feel free to play anything you want on there, buddy. It's all you.
I'm going to do it.
Take it, Rick. Take it, Rick. Fade out. That's the best we could do for fade out, right?
It's pretty darn good. Oh my. Beautiful job, my friend. Beautiful job. You sound awesome. And I do love the new
record. You
record.
sound really good too, buddy.
Thank you, my friend. And,
Yes.
you know, it looks to me like you've been working really hard, though. And I don't see a beverage anywhere over there. Do you have anything to drink at this moment?
No, I do not. And I'm completely unprepared. I don't have any drink, and I'm parched, and I wish I had planned for this.
Well,
really,
fortunately for you, brother, we are always prepared out here in California, and so we're going to take care of you right now. So hold on a second here.
But I'm all the way in Connecticut.
Don't
What do you
worry
mean?
about it. We can get this done. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting.
Okay, this is coming to you.
Okay. I don't know what this is gonna be, but
Could take a while. It's going across country.
okay.
Hope it gets there.
I'm getting scared.
I see it's coming in, maybe.
Wait. Oh my God! How did you pull this off?
Look at that.
Look at this.
I know.
I got it.
I see it. That's awesome. It came all the way.
Wait a minute though. There's it's not just wine. There's something on here. If I don't know if you could get a close up of this, but
Well, we're thoughtful
looks
here.
like-
We're
It
trying.
looks like
What is it?
toilet paper.
Yeah, we put that on there.
And there's a note on here. I don't know if did you write this? It says, "Use wisely."
Yeah, well, that's good advice because that one roll of toilet paper cost me $500 on the street corner. And that's a deal.
You got off cheap for 500.
Money well spent. And when you get that moment comes, you would spend any amount of money. That's what I know.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take this and I'm going to just use this wisely, just like the directions say. I'm going to keep this for later and be responsible.
Good idea, but absolutely don't use the wine later. Drink it now. It's Friday night, and everybody in the audience is absolutely having a glass of wine. This has become
That's right.
a part of so many people's lives out there, and so we're really
That's right.
glad for that and grateful for everybody tuning in. And I know everybody out there would like to know a little bit about you. Because you know what,
Yeah.
you're just so awesome. You're so multi-talented. Let me try to count all of the things you play. Okay, you play the guitar, the saxophone, the bass, keyboards, drums, and you sing. Right? Did I miss anything?
Well, I faked those all the best that I could.
No,
Let's
you
put it
don't.
that way.
No, you don't. I have seen you get up on stage and like, oh, I think I'll play drums on this. Oh, I think I'll play guitar on this. And you just do an awesome job on all of that. I'm going to sit down because I think we're going to talk for a minute here.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm going to put this down too. I'm going to put this sax. By the way, the wine is absolutely delicious. So.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. We're just trying to. It's California wine, of course. I had.
Of course. It's got to be.
So I wanna ask you a little bit about this new project, okay?
Sure.
And so this is your sixth sixth studio CD, correct?
Yeah, 6th studio album, and the crazy thing is, if you ever told me that I'd get to album number 6, I'd say you're dreaming, because when I first started in 2010, it takes a long time to make an album, as you know, and I would have never dreamed that I'd be making it to number 6 because, of all the time that you have to put into it, and you never think that you're going to write more songs, and you say, oh, I'm done. I can't write any more songs. How am I going to do this again after all the work? But somehow over the years, I've just been able to keep going, and the fans have been kind enough to let me make more music. They've been accepting enough to let me do this, to keep going, so I'm very, very thankful for that,
Absolutely. I mean, we're all thankful for that. We're all grateful that we can still,
right.
even in these times, I mean, here we are talking to each other and people are interested in what we're doing. And so we get to continue to do it. And it's an absolute blessing for all of us. So
That's right.
let's talk
What
about
about
this.
you, Rick? How many albums are you on now? You just released Crossroads. What's that number for you?
There's so many, I can't even remember how many, at least 75, at least. It's a lot. I started when I was 5. No, which is 100 years
Well,
ago.
you know what? You don't want to date yourself now, so be careful.
But listen, enough about me. Let's talk about my music. No, I mean, let's talk about you. The CD's called Echoes of the Heart. Echoes of the Heart. And you tend to you're kind of a romantic. Your titles are very romantic titles. So what's the inspiration for this particular CD?
Well, a lot of the music I create tends to be, I guess, a romantic vibe. I guess you could say that a little bit. But more importantly, the title Echoes of the Heart derives from the fact that, music is basically an extension of our mind. So, like, we get an idea, it starts in our brain, but it really comes from the heart, and you go through life and you have different life experiences, and you create memories, both good and bad. It's just all these things come out in your music after a while. They come from the heart, straight from the heart. And Another thing too, like when you're having a conversation with somebody, for example, and they say, "Oh, I'd like to echo what so and so just said," or "I echo what Rick was just saying." Well, that's what I'm doing through music. I'm echoing what my heart is saying, but I'm not saying it verbally. I'm saying it through music. So a little bit of a twofold title there. I just thought it was a clever title and kind of creative because albums are basically an extension of where we are in life at the time. What different experiences we've had and stuff. And this collection basically reflects, different points in my life at the time when I wrote these songs, and it's all about where you are currently. So that's basically it. I hope I didn't confuse everybody too much, by the way, with that. I'm getting drunk already.
No,
on this wine.
Well, already.
This
Holy
is some
crap.
strong stuff. But
Well, I know once we had a couple of drinks, we go into the Rat Pack show from the cruise. It just happens automatically.
That's right.
So I'm just
That's right.
curious I'm having your CD, and I want to say thank you because you sent us a copy. You sent the whole family a copy, and I have a signed CD here from you.
Oh boy,
It's a great cover,
boy.
man. You look great. You got your white coat on, your white tie. I like what you said in the liner notes about music starts in your head, but really it's inspired by your heart. So it's that's pretty much what you were talking about. Now we met. The first time we met was at the Lyman Center. And it was on a Dave Cause Christmas tour. Is that right?
Yeah, it was actually in Waterbury, Connecticut. It was at the Palace Theater. That was the name of the theater. And you guys were doing the reunion Christmas tour. It was with Brenda Russell, David Benoit,
Peter White.
and Peter, and yourself. And the theater had asked me to open up to do like a little 30 minutes before the show.
And you sounded
And
great.
I came out with some tracks.
You sounded great.
Thank you. That was the first night I met you, and I remember being a huge fan because I grew up listening to your music, of course, and my parents were even going to see you in concert before I was even born. So that's how much history there is here and how much life comes around full circle. It's really amazing. But anyway, I remember you giving me your phone number that night because I was talking to you about producing and tracks, and you gave me your phone number, and you said, if you see an 818 number, it's me. And I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, Rick Braun just gave me his phone number. I can't believe it. I'm gonna put Rick's number in my phone. I was like, I was never gonna call you, of course, because I was chickening out. I would have never had the guts to do so.
You could have called me anytime, man. Anytime. But
the funny part about that is it actually wouldn't be years later until we reconnected again. I had put out my first CD, and I kind of had a 2 to 3 year window where I was kind of, paying dues in the clubs and restaurants and working towards something, and we crossed paths a couple years later, and then we, slowly started collaborating more and more on stage. And
and since we've been
too,
working together, it's been nonstop. And you are absolutely one of the most talented people I know, and it's always a joy to work with you. And I have a question because I know what growing up in my household was like. I know what it was like for me to learn one instrument. So my question to you is, when you were growing up, and obviously you spent a whole lot of time learning your instrument.
Well, at that time, I pretty much had my hand already in all the instruments that I play to this day. So I had a whole room downstairs, a music room that my parents were kind enough to let me take over. And at any given time, I'd be playing, drums or guitar or keyboards. I had a whole setup down here. I had a whole recording system. I had a little Fostex 4-track tape recorder on a cassette. That's how I started, multi-tracking. I played drums. Then I would take the guitar and layer the guitar over the drums and sing over that and vice versa. And at that time, I wasn't writing music. So I was just doing cover songs and, rock and roll stuff and whatever new songs I was learning at the time or whatever I'd hear on the radio. So, oh, yeah. Well, the drums were my first. The drums. And they are my favorite instrument to this day. I mean, I am still always... I have this eternal rhythm inside me.
That brings me to the next question, because I want to know the new CD, Echoes of the Heart. When you say I've played all instruments on there, like, that can mean a lot of things when it comes to drums. It could say... You could be saying I programmed the drums or I played the drums. So on the tracks on the CD, did you play actual drums on most of those tracks, or is some of it programmed?
There's a mix of both. There's program drums, but what's unique to this project is this is the first time I've really ventured out and actually did a lot more live drums, actual drums than usual. I've always kind of, did a sprinkling of that in the past, but this record, there's 3 definitive tracks where it's all live drums, and I recorded them at my buddy's place. Isaac Civitello, actually, is his name. He's my drummer in my live shows, but he has a great drum studio. So I went over there, and he was kind enough to let me just use his studio, and I played actual live drums on a couple tracks on 3 tracks actually on this CD.
That
it was
is
really fun.
That I can't tell you how impressed I am with your musicality. I mean, for people who listen to your records and to know that you've pretty much done the record top to bottom, as well as the lion's share of writing on the record. So that brings me to something that I want to throw out to our fans and our listeners who are here.
Yeah.
Your CD came out 5 weeks ago. Now, 5 weeks ago, this whole coronavirus thing just was kind of gearing up. So imagine, ladies and gentlemen, you put your heart and soul into a record for, months, and it comes out, and all of a sudden, everybody is stuck at home, and all of a sudden, all of life changes, and everything in the world becomes more important than maybe this or that. You're focusing on staying safe and these kinds of things. So here you are, an amazingly talented artist with a beautiful new CD called Echoes of the Heart, and comes out in the middle of this. So I want to put a challenge out there to our listeners. We have enough people watching this show at this very moment. If everyone decided to go out and download this CD or do a purchase on Amazon, iTunes, wherever you buy your music, if everybody watching this show right now did that and bought your CD in one way or the other, you would be the #1 selling artist in the country, because it only takes several hundred downloads or sales to get that done. And I would love I would love to have that happen, because it's a wonderful CD, and you absolutely deserve to have it heard. And I'll bet you, once you get the CD, because we've been listening to it nonstop around the house here, and it's a really uplifting piece of work, and I'm really thankful that you made this perfect time for this kind of a record, my friend. Appreciate it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words very much. And that's very kind of you to say. And my response to that for everybody watching out there is, absolutely, most certainly you can do that if you want, and I'd be very appreciative, of course, but not just myself. There are many, many artists out there in the same boat that have released projects and that are out of work and not touring, and we are all in this boat together. So please, if you are a music lover and you have a favorite artist out there, especially one that just released new music, please go out there and buy their record and buy their new music, whether you download or stream or actually buy a physical CD off Amazon, which, believe it or not, some people still do. I still have a CD player in my car. I'm one of the last few, probably. But that would be the best way to go about supporting the music industry right now, is buying a CD or even merchandise off somebody's website, a T-shirt, a hat, a mug, whatever the case may be. Until we could get back on the road and keep this going, we love doing stuff like this. And by the way, I'm very thankful for being on the show tonight and for you putting a show on like this, because this is a platform for us to not only express ourselves, but we're starving to get back on the road and perform. This is in our blood. This is what we love. It's in our DNA. So to have a vehicle in which to do this, a platform, and everyone tuning in and watching, this is an absolutely amazing thing that we are all able to come together and do something like this in a time like this, a pandemic. And these are unprecedented times. So, that's the best thing I could say. If you have a favorite artist, please go out and support their music. It all counts, whether you download or stream or buy a physical CD. It all counts.
Certainly does, my brother. It certainly does, my brother.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I think at this. Well, I'm desperate to have a band here. That's for sure. That's why I have. We have a big head cut out of my son Kyle back there on the drums, because it's the closest we can get to a band. I don't know. Can you see that back there? It's hysterical.
I can see him a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
It's better than nothing.
So
creates the illusion.
So listen, we got a lot of music to play here. So what I'd like to do right now is I'd like to play a song that's an old tune of mine. It's a song that goes way back to when I was first making records off of my Beat Street CD, and it's a song called Marty's Party. So would you want to play that with me, Vinny?
Yeah.
Should we do that?
Yes, I do, and I think we've played this song before, as a matter of fact, right?
Yes, we have. So
We've done it. I think it was New Year's Eve or something. We've done this. I remember this. So.
we did it. We did it on the
We're
river
gonna have a lot
cruise
of
for
fun.
sure. So we're gonna do it again. So the boys are gonna crank up this music. I'm just gonna walk off camera right now and pick up my horn.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same.
There we
And
go.
hopefully I don't screw this up. Hopefully I remember all my parts because it's been a couple years since I played this with you. So. Marty's party.
Marty's party. That's right. What was I thinking? My horn was here the whole time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fun tune. Fun tune, man. We've played that once or twice before, so bringing back some good memories.
Yes, we have. Thank you, thank you, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My crew of two, the Vampire Productions. They can sleep until 12:30 p.m. without any problem at all, but they do a fantastic job. That's my son and Nick, just doing an awesome job. Anyway, that was Marty's party, and thank you, Vinny. You did a fantastic job on that, my friend. So we want to do something at this point because I ran out of vodka. No, well, I did run out of vodka, but it's not because I'm drinking it. It's because I'm using it as hand sanitizer, because you can't get hand sanitizer anywhere. And then I called. I tried to order gloves on Amazon, and they usually come. You order things, they come there in like 2 days, and they said the delivery of gloves would be at May 30th. So I'm using baggies when I go to the gas pump and filling up my car, which is, by the way, a good idea. You put a baggie on your hand and you just fill the pump, because that's a place. Safety tip: do not touch the pumps and all of those screens there. Don't do that. So here's what I want to do right now. We are going to have a karaoke contest. I've been wanting to do this on the show, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So what we're going to do in a moment is we're going to play the karaoke track of Sweet Caroline. Now, I know you all are drinking. You're hanging out in your living rooms. You have your wine. You have your favorite meal. You've ordered out from your favorite restaurant, I hope, because we got to keep those restaurants in business. And you're sitting there having a great night. Now, we're here working for you, you know, but it's time for you to show us what you got. So we're going to play a karaoke version of Sweet Caroline. And what I want you all to do is get your cameras out and video yourself. Do it landscape. That means the phone is the long way this way. Hold it up and video yourself. And I want you to sing your heart out, because what we're going to do is we're going to put a collage together next week of different performances of Sweet Caroline. And don't just go with the bop, bop, bop part, okay? You got to go with the verses and everything. So I'll give you a minute. Pull up the lyrics for Sweet Caroline. Okay, you're looking for them, I know that, and you'll find them in a minute. But while you're looking for it, here's how this is going to work. You record yourselves, selfie, singing along as loud as you can. Make the video and learn the verse, and then send it to us. There's a Dropbox link at the bottom of your screen right there. You send it to me, and we're going to make a collage and air it next week on the show, and it's going to be hysterical. Have another drink. And then what we're going to do is we're going to award the best video, which is not necessarily the best video. It can be the stupidest video version. We're going to award what we choose to be the best video, 2 tickets and a VIP meet and greet backstage to one of my shows, wherever it is near you. And then we'll spend some time, 2 tickets, because we are going to get back on the road, and this thing is going to pick up again. So in a moment, you have the lyrics, right? You got the lyrics, everybody? Okay, now get ready, get tuned up, get ready to sing. If you want to have that beverage in your hand, go for it. There is no rules on this, okay? May the best or the worst singer win. Here it is, Sweet Caroline, go. Yeah. Take it. All right, we're gonna have a great time watching these videos. I know that, but I also know that there's about, if you're like me, even after the song is over, you're still trying to get your phone to record. You're still looking for the app. You push the button. You thought you were recording. You weren't recording. Because hey, I've been in autograph sessions, and believe me, it's it doesn't always work the way you plan. So here's what we're going to do. If you didn't get the video done now, you will have until Tuesday to video yourself to our video of Sweet Caroline. We're going to post it right after this show as quickly as we can so you can get in there, you know, and while you're still in the afterglow of this show, and you can just get in and sing to your heart's content. Submit it by next Tuesday so we have time to look at it and put the collage together. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, our show's almost over, but I want to one more time thank everybody. There's a voluntary donation link, and please, if you feel inspired and you liked what you saw tonight, feel free to donate. But I think it's time for some professional music from our special guest all the way from Connecticut, the young and talented Vincent Ingala. Put your hands together.
I want to take just a quick break from the originals, just for a second. And while I got the guitar in my hand, I'm going to do one of my favorites, and I think one of your favorites too, Rick, because I'm missing summer, and I hope it comes along soon. But anyway, from Seals and Crofts, Summer Breeze.
Love this song. All right. Once again, thank you. Week 3, here we are together once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great show. Thank you especially to my special guest, Vincent Ingala. And I want to send out a very special thank you to all of you who have made donations to keep this show on the air. And I'm looking very much forward to getting those karaoke tapes from everybody, the videos, and let's see who wins that thing. We're excited to see that. So the link will be shown afterwards where you can send it to, and that's going to be fun. So be safe. Remember, we can't spread the germs, but we can spread the love. So let's go out and spread some love at a safe distance, and everybody stay healthy and well. And I think we need to finish this show off with a song from Vincent Ingala. What do you have for us, Vinny? What can we send the people off with?
Well, first of all, before we go, I just want to say thank you, my brother, for having me on the show. This has been such a treat and an experience and an honor to do so. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And always love when we get to make music together, Rick. Always a pleasure. But I hope you're gonna play on this next one with me, this last one with me, because this is Emma's song I'm doing right now. That's right. This is going out to Emma. This is her song. Forever her song. And I'm almost getting drunk right now. I can feel the wine going to me, but that's okay. I'm going to keep talking because we're going to do Coast to Coast. Are you ready?
Coast to Coast. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody get up and dance to this. I'm going to get my horn. Here we go.
All right, here we go. We're going all the way back now to 2010, my debut CD, North End Soul. This is the song that started it all for me. It's called It Is What It Is. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 1, 2,
Let's
3.
do it. Hey. All right. Go, Benny. That's right. All right. Ready, Emma? Here we go. Oh! Coast to coast.
Everybody at home, put your hands together. I'm going to send this one out to Emma Braun. This is your song, Emma. Here we go. Coast to Coast. absolute blast we had tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for supporting live music. And we're going to get back to normal pretty soon. And everybody hang tight. We love you. Please, we're sending out our best wishes, our support. And we've got your back, and we know you've got ours too. So back over to you, Rick. Thank you so much for having me on the show. We love you guys. Good night.
Oh, my gosh. We love each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in and making our Friday night so special, knowing that you are there sharing it with us. We love you absolutely. Vinny, thank you for joining us all the way from Connecticut. You did a fantastic job. This is your CD. Let's make this young man #1 this week. Go out and download it, buy it, whatever you want to do, but let's give him a #1 spot, okay?
We love you, Benny.
Yes, we do. So anyway, we want to say good night. We want to thank you again. And we want to say, as we always say, we can't spread the germs, but we certainly can spread the love. So let's spread some love this week. I know it's getting a little bit more difficult. We're into week 3 right now. But let's hang in there, and we'll get through this together. We've been through things before in our lives, and we can handle this. So what do you say, Emma?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it.
And be kind to one another. Ellen DeGeneres line right there for you.
That's right. Be kind to one another. So until next week, we'll see you. Love you all.
Love you all. Good night. Echoes of the Heart, #1.
I love walking with my